don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented
What's up guys, Masta Styles here, back with another impression video, and today we're going to be talking about the new hero Shinji, aka Eva 1. So I've gotten Shinji to Immortal, Hyperevolved, and EX30. Now, the thing about Shinji is he is the free hero from the Collab event, and let's just take a quick look at where you can get him and how much copies of him you can get. So first up, you can grab him from the store. You should have enough by now to pick him up from the store, so that's one copy there. You'll also get another copy in about 5 days or so, another copy from the story. You'll also get one other copy from the login. So they are giving you 3 copies of Shinji, and for me, I didn't really pull him until I got to, I didn't get my first copy of him until I got all the way up to 300 summons. So it took me a while to get him. And of course, I wanted to bring him to Immortal to do some testing. What I'm going to primarily focus on is which gear is better, because again, if you're watching this video, you probably watch other YouTubers talking about damage and testing survivability. But for me, I wanted to see which gear is better, which gear works better for him. Surge, even though if you go into the strategy, they do recommend bursts, and the surge set does work with range heroes. So here I have a surge set and a burst set. Coincidentally, both the attacks are very close, very off. It's just off by a little bit of numbers, but the attacks are close. The crit rate and the crit damage is very close. Very interesting there. I don't know how I managed to pull that off, but the numbers are very close there. So one thing I want to do is take him into Crimson Rot, because that is the place for where energy heroes should shine. One thing I do want to note is, for the players that are wondering, like, hey, let's go back. We'll go back to the summoning, because again, right now you have Cariolis and you also have Shinji. Again, Cariolis is a guarantee. If you pull 60, you'll get Cariolis. There's no guarantee over here. Again, only way you would get a guarantee is if you get to 300, or you get lucky, or you wait. So again, when it comes to picking between the two, they're very close for right now. The advantage that my Cariolis have is that, he's Hyperevolved 120, and he has some immortal gear, but this immortal gear gives him 50% attack, and that's a huge difference, because if you put this gear here on Shinji, his damage is going to be through the roof. So I'm going to do the test. I'm not worrying about Cariolis's damage. That's irrelevant, right? Don't focus too much on that. We were just going to try to focus on which equipment does more damage. So let's just run through this here. I'll help out, because again, I want to make sure this goes by quick. Put Motoko on what's her name and run through this very quick. So again, we want to focus on which equipment does the most damage and which would be better suited. And when it comes to Crimson Rot, I hear a lot of people complaining about the fact that the spiders are not summoning fast enough. And I do agree with that, because there are times where it's like there's this downtime where the spiders are not being summoned and you have the heroes walking forward. You'll probably see it in the gameplay coming up. So there we go. Handle that very quick. And soon they're gonna end up giving you 11 and 12 for Crimson Rot. So let's start that over. I don't know what's there. So here we have Jaina. Jaina could stay with whatever. We're not worried about their damage. All we're focusing on is how much damage output can the burst set do within a minute, and then we'll come back and do another minute with the surge set, see where it is, because it may vary a little bit because of RNG, but let's put Jaina on auto, Nord on auto, and we'll see how it goes. So let's see, Garrulus is taking off again, but don't worry too much about that. We're focusing on Shinji. We got about, we'll look at the 30-second mark and see where he is in terms of damage. And again, this one always goes by, it's going by quick now. Before I used to struggle with this. So he's already at 300 million at 30 seconds. So let's note that there, and we'll see how much damage he does at 1 minute. But again, it's gonna be different because of the randomness of the spiders. So the RNG might be a little bit different. So it will change the damage. So let's see how much he does here. So almost want to say we can let him get another shot off. Let him get. So we'll round it off and say close to 1 billion. Okay, so he took better yet, let's do it this way. How long does it take him to get to 1 billion damage? So around 1 minute and 10 seconds for him to get to 1 billion. But at the minute mark, he was at 900. He was at 900 million. Okay. So turn these back on. Sorry, let's go again. Let's just do it again. All right. So let's see how he does at 30 seconds. He had 300 million, and by about a minute, he was getting close to 1 billion. So let's see how he does here. And of course, it's kind of tough to really do it because, again, with Jaina, Cariolis, and all the energy heroes pumping out a lot of damage, it's going to come down to RNG. But see here, keeping up with Jaina, because Jaina is actually not even aiming correctly. So let's see here. And because there's not much to kill, 7. Let's see if he'll get to the billion, because 140, 111, and yeah, around the same time. So again, it's a toss up. Because based off of that, obviously the RNG comes into play. They seem very similar, and of course we can check the gear, so I can show you that the stats not that far off here. Because let's look at his stats. So he has 80% crit and 167. That one, let's see, same thing, 81, and it's not that far off. Again, the stats are not that far off, and I don't think that there's a difference. I don't really see the difference because, again, within the same time limit, they both did the same amount of damage. But again, I feel like if he could have stood back versus walking forward with the burst set, he probably would have did more damage. overall. Because again, the question you need to be asking is, which one do I invest in? Because again, with these Immortal equipments, you don't really get to change them. So if you're gonna go with burst, choose burst. If you're gonna go with the third set, you're kind of stuck with it. You can't really change it, and that's the unfortunate thing. And this is what I wish they would do, where if I take said surge set right here, this one, which is at Immortal 2, and there's a way for me to like put this set into another arm, and basically I can transfer the Immortal onto a different set piece versus me having to get it to Immortal 1 and getting it to Immortal 2, because it's frustrating when you have gears like that. Or you could just disassemble it and get the materials back. That's just the best way. Disassemble it, just like when you get back the things that you placed in there to level it up, you get that back. So I wish I don't know, I have never tried it. I don't know if anybody has disassembled an Immortal gear. Do you get back the Immortal resources that you invested into it? Because I think they should have that, because sometimes I'll have a good gear and I'm like, I already brought this one to Immortal and I got a better set piece, and I'm like, I can't use it because again, I'm stuck with this. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if you've done it and you have disassembled an Immortal gear, do you get back those Immortal resources? So that's a great question. If you know the answer to that, please comment down below. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that would want to know that. And of course, nobody's gonna do it. You know, nobody's gonna risk doing that. So again, so we're just gonna finish it up here, and let's see. So we'll go with Surge, and now we'll see if we can beat out Carriolis. Let's go. But again, I think that should be a feature that's pretty much left in the game, to pretty much allow you to disassemble these Immortal gears and get those resources back. Because once you invest into a piece, you can't really get that resource back. Because one perfect person that I think of is Sam. I want to get his was it Fade Out? I think it's Fade Out. I can't remember off the top of my head. His Fade Out set to get the Immortal effect. But the thing was, I'd already started investing into the Murata set. So tough situation there. I have to start again from zero. But for me, I haven't really started focusing on Shinji's gears just quite yet, because I'm working on Daniel right now. And for me, the main focus is getting Daniel's gear to Immortal and then move on from there, because I haven't really seen anybody outside of, you know, Shinji when it comes to this collab event that I really want to focus and invest Immortal gear into, because the Hunter hero isn't that great and I don't have the assassin. I will be getting her soon and I'll make a video about her. Hopefully I can eventually get her to Immortal. It's going to take 7 gene hybrids, because again, I'm not spending $100 to pick her up. I'm just not. You'll get 2 copies, but not my $100 right now. But let's just finish this up. Shinji is blowing Carriolis out the water and running after Jaina, which is why I'm so happy that the free hero is actually one of the better ones. Obviously, the Vanguard and the tank is still to come, but I think the tank's going to be the best and more usable hero, because if that tank can heal everybody, that's another support. That's just the way I see it. So it's about to be done here, and I think Norwich would finish it off. Nope, he didn't want to finish it off, Jaina. There you go. So again, that's, yeah, and backspace. Devs, we need backspace. Another thing too, because I don't use energy. I don't. But let's go in here and see if we can find anything worth doing. what is this? Energy versus energy with Vanguards. Let's see how they do, because I'm not really a big fan of the energy team. But this here is definitely a disadvantage, and I want to use Solar Flare because I want to get that damage out. And again, another option you could use for here is Samael, because again, he could jump into the back line, deal with Cariolis and what's her name, Jane over there. But for me, let's try this one just to see how it is. This is a quick test here. Win, we lose. This is kind of a mirror, and see, he gets wiped out, and the other Jaina was just too much. The other Jaina was just too much. But we could have won that one. It was close. It was close. Again, I think the problem with that one is, I'll show you, because my Nord isn't that great. That's why. Let's try Sam and see the difference. Now Sam will take up some of that damage. Luke is dead. Sam just died. There, Jaina. It's weird because there was 4 there, and I think we're gonna struggle here because of Sam. Ares is almost dead. Yep, Ares died, and can't kill Wam again. But much better. Again, Sam does help a little bit, but he's not gonna be able to beat Wam again. They had help, but we lost that one. That's okay. Again, for me, I don't really, if you use energy teams, kudos to you. I don't really use energy teams, and where I'm looking now is here, because I need to come up with a 15, and I talk about the 15 all the time. So again, energy might be the option, but I would have to dismantle team 3 to get the energy team going. And of course, Miranda may be a better option in that situation because they would have came back to life versus, obviously, Purin is the obvious answer. But for me, energy, I'm not really a fan. But again, Shinji's damage is very impressive. I like it. He already out DPS's Cariolis. But again, when it comes to the summoning process, it's like, do you go for Shinji or do you go for Cariolis? You don't need to go for Shinji because you're gonna get 3 copies. I already showed you that. So that's just a matter of waiting. If you want to be impatient, then you can summon away, or you can take those tickets to get you a couple copies of Cariolis, because again, Twilight Lands Chapter 16 is going to be live tomorrow, and I am doing a live for that. And based on what I'm seeing there, that's looking like energy. So you're gonna need some energy heroes, and that's kind of where I struggled. So again, if you don't have a good energy team, Shinji and Cariolis is going to help your energy team. Well, overall, when it comes to Shinji, awesome hero, amazing. Love that he's free. Awesome. Love everything that he's bringing to the table. And I can't wait to see what the other 2 heroes have in store. It's going to be tough to bring it's only going to be one of the other 3 that goes to Immortal, because resources are limited. If you're watching this, devs, we need more resources, because even right now, right, I only have 3 of these. I only have 3 of these. So, and I'm gonna get 1 more by Monday, so that's 4. Okay, that still doesn't help, right? But again, just to close it out and talking about Shinji, awesome hero. Good to, I would say pick him up, but you're gonna get a free copy of him. All you have to do is play the game. That's it. But overall, very impressed by him. Impressed by his damage. Need to play around a little bit more, do some testing just to identify which of these gears is a better fit for him. They recommend burst. obviously surge set because again, he's a range hero. And here you see the damage was very close based off of that 1 minute and 10 seconds getting to 1 billion points. But overall, you're gonna get him. I don't need to tell you to pick him up. Just play the game, and that's my impression on him. He's very good. I think that it's a good hero in PvE, PvP. If you run energy, then he'll be a great addition to your team. He's gonna do more damage. If energy ends up becoming your 15. So I don't know yet. My verdict isn't out yet in terms of what my 15 is gonna look like, because I only have until Monday to figure that out. So gotta do some rework there when it comes to Hell Arena, and Summit Arena is also gonna be 5 teams too. So that's something to also think about when it comes to building out your teams. And right now, I would say go ahead and get your Shinji up to Immortal EX30. Definitely worth it. And his value is definitely going to show tomorrow during Twilight Lands. So if you're new to my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. For those that's been rocking with me, make sure you hit the like button. So without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.